Hi, beautiful divine soul. Thank you for being here. Mostly in the moment with me, Mystic Mia Moksha, for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at their thoughts about you. We have 3 piles here. You may choose a pile based on the number, the image, or the crystal that resonates with you. Just want to give a quick thank you so much for your likes and comments. I love connecting with you. I hope you like connecting with my divine messages and it's helping you out with your goals in life. Thank you so much for just viewing these readings and the like and the comments, giving that good extra karma. You know, that good karma comes back to you tenfold. So thank you. It's not the reason for doing it, but I appreciate it. I have really good energy. I have 0 karma, zeroed out. So it comes back immediately and beautifully, powerfully if it's authentic. So I love connecting with other high vibe people because, you know, we give each other a lot of divine light and love in such powerful ways that I think it's important that we connect more with each other and help each other out with our soul missions and just, you know, little goals in life. And yeah, with that, I hope you enjoyed this reading and I wish you much love and light. Hi, Pal 22 with the Soda Light. Let's look at their thoughts about you. We're going to look at their thoughts about you in regards to relationships, and then about the future between the two of you. So let's look at their thoughts about you first. Nourish your body, high vibing energy. So they believe that you take care of yourself and they really love that. They love a woman or a man that can take care of themselves and not just like bare minimum, like you make sure you take care of your mental health, you take care of your physical health, your emotional health. You're someone who can take care of themselves. And sure, you might need a shoulder to lean on or, you know, a little bit of help. And I'm getting you're also not afraid to ask for help if you need it. A lot of people nowadays are like so independent and they feel like they're so stubborn about asking for help. They're like, no, I could do everything on my own. It's like, no, the point of having a partner is that you can ask someone like, hey, if you're swinging by that store or that area, can you grab this for me? Like is having someone you can rely on and ask for help. That's one of the biggest hurdles people have nowadays, is asking for help. And not that person who asks for help about everything, but just when you need it, you can ask for it. And they appreciate that because they might have had a past relationship where the person needed to do everything on their own, and you might have they might have been okay with asking for help sometimes. So you know how if it's like you're in a relationship or a connection or even a friendship or even a relationship with like a loved one, a family member or something, and one person is okay with asking for help from the other person, but the other person's like, I gotta do everything on my own. It's not an equal partnership, you know. It doesn't go both ways in the relationship, and it might make the relationship kind of disintegrate because of that. So I feel like they have a sense of like, this person knows how to take care of themselves. They'll be good on their own, but you know what? This is someone you want to make your partner because they know how to work in a partnership. It's kind of like someone who knows how to work on a team at work or something, like someone who's like, oh, I can take on solo projects, but I can also work well in a team. They see that in you. They're like, oh, this person can work great on their by themselves, but they can also work in a partnership. And I think a lot of people nowadays, they just like don't know how to work in a partnership. You know, they're like, everything I gotta do on my own, you know, or it's the other way, you're too dependent on the other person. But for most of the people I see, it's like they're too independent. They don't know how to be interdependent. Show off your sparkle and shine from the inside. Yeah. You have this light about you, and it shows because of the way you have this like self-care, self-love kind of thing. You definitely can be yourself and not let anyone intimidate you to be anything else, be anything other than yourself, your true authentic self. This is another issue a lot of people are having nowadays, which is just being okay with being yourself and not being part of like being exactly how everyone else is. It's kind of an issue right now because everyone's watching the same things, everyone's going to the same schools, being taught the same ways, taught, living in the similar ways. Yeah, like, I have my personality. It's like, no, you really don't. You're kind of like this entire group of people. A lot of people have a hard time with individuality, being very unique, and thinking that they are unique when they're not. It's like, you are manufactured. You really definitely, this person can see it, have your own true divine spark. You have your own opinions, you have your own thoughts, your own style, and it's not something that you saw on TV or on a video. You can get inspired by other people, but you have your own style. You have your own thoughts. It's not something, you're not just regurgitating something that someone else has said. It's like, it's very authentic, very you. And they recognize this. This is a very beautiful and unique connection you have with this person. I feel like they're a very unique soul, and you're also a very unique soul, and you kind of like see that in each other, and they're like a swarm of people who are like the same. The sacred flow of yes, yeah. I feel like both of you kind of follow your own heart. They see that you go along with what feels right. You have really good, strong intuition, but you might not even call it that. You just kind of do what feels right in the moment. Do what feels right. Make decisions based on what you feel is right for yourself and for all involved. And you're just kind of in this kind of flow. Accept and receive. Yeah, watch. Wow. The sacred flow, accept and receive. They kind of watch you, like, kind of just be this person that just has these miraculous things happen just because you just go with the flow. Yeah, crazy. Hurt and heal. And it's because you've had so much experience being told no and being brought down because of the person you are and the ideas that you have and the person you want to be. You might have told this person a little bit about... I just had to pause for a second because I just had a random cough attack. That was so weird. But I feel like I'm speaking on some like really powerful truth right now. So you might have... I meant to do a very lighthearted reading, but that's what Spirit does. You might have had a real experiences in your life where you weren't able to kind of be completely who you are. You were kind of always like held back, or you felt like you had to always hold yourself back. I'm getting even with past relationship, even with past partners, and you had to hold yourself back. And I'm not talking about like normal places where you have, you kind of hold yourself back anyway, like maybe at work or, in public places, like you kind of have to, you can't be, you have to be more polite, right? But I'm talking about like with people you're meant to be like genuine with. I'm getting specifically past partners, maybe some friendships, maybe some family members, but I'm getting specifically past partners. You may not have been able to be completely yourself. And so this person, you might have told this person a little bit about it, maybe not directly, but like just from stories, they can pick up on the fact that you kind of maybe dated people that didn't get to see you at your best, you at your fullest, and that kind of hurt because maybe you felt like you weren't going to be accepted by your past partners or people in your past if you were completely yourself. And so now that the fact that you're living a very true and authentic life, they see that as so courageous and so brave. Anticipation, they can't wait to see what you are going to do in life because they think you are capable of doing so much. Because so many people are so scared to be their true self, and there's so much trials and tribulations that come along with being that person. Because like it's not just like one day you wake up and you're like, I'm going to be myself. It's like no, you have to go through multiple challenges. You'll be challenged a lot being who you are, especially in today's society where everyone's kind of same and what's acceptable is the same. It's very difficult being who you are. You might have very niche interests. Your style, I keep getting your style. Your style is very unique. It's very you, and it's very beautiful because it's very you. Like, a lot of people wouldn't be able to pull it off, but you can because it's so authentically you. You always just wear what feels right to you. Even the colors I'm getting, what colors feel right to you, what patterns, and I don't know, you put together things that like you just feel that day, and you can sense like this is how this person feels, this is who they are. It's very authentic through and through, even to the things that you eat and the activities that you do, where you go for a walk, or where you go to read, or what kind of music you listen to that day. It's like it's very you, like you're very authentic to who you are in that moment. Okay, so what do they think about you in terms of romantic relationships? 7 of Mirrors. For the wrong reasons. 7 of Swords. So they believe, first of all, with all these 6s here, I had this rant about this before. I think 6 is a beautiful number, and if you don't think so, then you have some clearing to do in regards to this beautiful number. And usually it's very tied in with a specific quote unquote evil number in a specific religion. But if you recognize that's a blockage that a huge number, a group of people have, it kind of starts to make more sense. But in terms of romantic relationships, they think that you have too many people interested in you, or too many people that would be interested in you, or even in the future they think that you would still get a lot of looks, you would still get a lot of interest, and they don't know if they're jealous or not, if they can deal with that kind of energy. Opening up, that's beautiful. It's a Strength card. You're very good looking. And I said that specifically because I'm not going to say beautiful or handsome or pretty or gorgeous. I'm going to say you're very good looking, because I think you've had people who might not think you fit the conventional beauty standards, or not like your typical pretty person, or you might be, but it's just like a diamond in a rough. Like, you're very beautiful in an understated way. You also have this belief that like if you believe you're beautiful, and if you feel beautiful, then you are beautiful. And it's kind of that thing. Like, you've opened up so much as a person. You might even notice that like you might look better, way better than you did in your prime, or when you're in your youth, or anything. And it's because you've accepted yourself more. You become more ingrained with the energy that you are. And so if you're aligned more with your resonant energy, with the energy that's within you, then you become stronger, right? And that strength, that light, that love radiates even more powerfully from you. So you can look better and even later in life, just because you're resonating more with your life and who you really are. So they see this like strength in you, and they believe that in romantic relationships, that's the kind of thing that attracts people. Like sexiness is confidence, 100% through and through. And the way to be most confident is to be truly authentic. You do the things that you love, live the life that you want, be who you truly are. That gives you an incredible amount of confidence. And if you could wake up every day with that kind of attitude, nothing can get in your way, and you will have a lot of suitors. And they see that in you. You might have that now, or you have the potential to get there even more so. And they're kind of, obviously they're enamored by that, but they're also a little bit worried about that, because They don't know if they're going to be able to keep up with that. I feel you, even though we are apart. I feel like they're looking at you from a distance. So I feel like they're checking up on your social media a lot. They might look at like tarot card readings or even pull cards for you. They might ask your friends or their friends about you. So I feel like they're looking at you from like a distance. And they're seeing how much you've grown. So this person might have been in your life for a long time. Or they might have been like kind of like a friend, but like a friend of a friend, or someone from like a distance. Someone you kind of know that, but you don't really know, or someone you've went out with before and kind of like went your separate ways. Or someone you had interest in. And they just kind of kept an eye on you, kind of want to check up on you and see how you're doing. And they've seen you grow as a person. They're like, what is this person going to do next? You know? I hope that you can forgive me one day. Both these cards came out in reverse, so this could be the vice versa, this energy, where you might have been keeping an eye on someone else and you're just kind of admiring them for how much they've grown and seeing them grow through like, you know, social media channels or from a distance. You kind of use them as a mirror and recognize how much you've grown as a person too, because you've been kind of following this person for a very long time. But I feel this, this is so weird. I'm getting so many random cough attacks and I don't know why. I did have food poisoning yesterday, but I'm feeling better now. It might be because I used incense and then I closed the window, so that always gets me. Sorry about that, but this might be a very important reading for you. I hope that you can forgive me one day. Yeah, so this is someone who might have ghosted you, or you two kind of went your own separate ways because of some other environmental circumstances or something. And they've always wanted to talk to you. They always wanted to communicate to you. They always want to like meet up with you and say something again. Hold your vision. So Spirit is saying they are hoping that they will see you again and that you guys do see each other and meet up again and possibly have a chance to be together and date again. But realistically, they're just hoping to at least be able to talk to you again. Answers, to get the answers that you both wanted. So they're holding that vision and they may manifest it. Yeah, I feel like they are holding this vision and they've been holding it for so long. I mean, they check up on you every once in a while. They check up on your energy. They think about you very strongly time to time. They do like inner work in regards to you time to time. So because they're holding this vision of you a lot and strongly for such a long time, there is Spirit is saying that you two probably will meet again and, you know, get all the answers that you've always wanted. Now in terms of the future for the two of you, what will be going on for the future? Six of Cups, reunion. Okay, so yeah, spot on. Spirit is saying that, yeah, there is a good chance that the two of you will come into a reunion at some point in the future. Kind of reunion. Change direction with ease. This is a time for change. Shape-shifting your soul's evolution. It's a time to reconsider what you're wanting. You may be in for a surprise. So I feel like it goes both ways. So I'm getting half, 50-50. 50% of the people watching are going to have a reunion with this person and recognize this is something that they want. What is wrong with my voice? And then another 50% of people are going to recognize that when you come together that like, oh yeah, maybe that was just like a past thing. That's who I was. This is something you two may no longer want anymore. Maybe you two remind each other of who you used to be rather than who you want to be. And so you'll feel really good knowing that this what if isn't constantly in the back of your mind anymore. You've come together, you see each other, and it goes well, I'm guessing. Okay. Literally hit me in my chin. 8 of Pentacles. I'm getting, first of all, it's very obvious that the two of you have been working very, very hard in your life and have been doing so much. To do what you're doing now, to be where you are now. Ace of Wands. And that you're both kind of ready for a time of change. That's probably why you two are coming together for a reunion now, because you two are kind of ready for the next thing to level up. And the two of you are always had this strong vision you held about each other, constantly on each other's mind and thinking about the other person. So it's kind of time, Spirit is saying, for both of you to make this change, and you guys are coming together to see either 50% chance that you two will recognize that you two were who you wanted to be all along and the person you wanted to be with all along, and that you two did bring out the most authentic version of each other. That's why you always had that what if. And the other 50% is, like I said, recognizing that that's just who you were back then and what you thought you wanted, and always had that what if, but had to cross that off your mind, you know. And it goes amicably though, so it goes well no matter what way you two go. I send a prayer of love to all beings in need of a miracle. So I feel like here your spirit team is sending a prayer for the two of you to come together for some sort of miracle, which is what this is. So there's some sort of miracle that comes through. Ace of Swords, I love that. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, I feel like the two of you are definitely been thinking about each other so much so that it's piercing through to the physical reality. And the Temperance card. It's kind of like, I hope that you can forgive me one day. That one day is finally here. I feel you, even though we are apart. I feel like this has been going on for such a long time that it's finally manifesting. I think it's going to be very surprising because like both of you have grown a lot. Both of you have worked on yourself a lot. And whether you two kind of like each other or decide like to just, you know, be friends or go your separate ways, like it's very cathartic. It feels so good to get that what if crossed off in your mind. And either way, both of you are ready to like start this new chapter in your lives. And it's just a very fun, easygoing, carefree reunion that you have with this person. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. It really, really helps me out. I appreciate it so much. I love hearing these kinds of stories, reunion stories. So if this is you, I would love to hear about it. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hey, pile 44 with the Labradorite. Let's look at their thoughts about you. We're going to look at their thoughts about you, and then about you in regards to romantic relationships, and then the future of the two of you. So their thoughts about you. Commit to self-care rituals. I feel like you're such a caring person. They think that you care about other people a lot, especially people who are really close to you. So they see you acting so kind to your partner and your friends and your family members. Like you constantly get little things to help them out, or you know, give them good advice, or tell them to like look after themselves, or always ask them how they're doing and everything. And so they see this, that you not just do this just to your romantic interests, but you also do it to your friends and family. You're just a nurturing, caring person, and who doesn't want that in their life? They love that about you. A very caring person that, you know, like they'd be in good hands with you. People, don't be afraid to stand out. You speak what's on your mind, and they appreciate this because you say the thing that everyone's thinking but is too afraid to say. So in like a tough situation among friends, or, you know, with family members. So this person has seen you in close quarters. Like they've seen you interact with, even if they weren't going out with you, they've seen you interact with the person you are going out with. They've seen you interact with friends and family. So they've seen you interact with lots of different kinds of people. This person has been in your inner circle. If there's like an issue, if there's like an argument with family members or with friends, you kind of shut everyone up by saying the truth or saying the thing that everyone can agree on, or like the most important thing where nothing else that they're saying matters. Like you can speak your truth and they appreciate that because you're very alpha or sigma. That's a new thing, right? Like I'm not gonna debate these terms, but basically someone who can be a leader when it's necessary. You are magic. I love all the purple in here, which to me, it's not even purple. It's like a light purple. It's like a violet for sure. Crown chakra energy. You're very well connected, even if you don't think so, or you don't think you are, or you have been for such a long time that you don't even notice how differently you act because you're so well connected. So you'll like sometimes you'll say the most perfect things, you'll do the most perfect things, and they're just like, how do they know to say that? Like, how did they know I was having that kind of day? Or, something like that. Overthinking can spoil the magic. They do think you are an overanalyzer, but like in a good way. Like they believe that you can like plan for the future and figure things out very well in advance. If you're planning a trip, you know exactly what to do in what order. If you're looking for a hotel while you're out, like where to search, where to get the best hotel, or, if there's an emergency situation, you know what to do, kind of like that. So you're a really good planner. It's like, you are magic, overthinking can spoil the magic. So it's like a lot of magic here. You might have a lot of luck on your side. Might be considered a very lucky person. They might have thought you were brought up a little spoiled, or that you were brought up in better circumstances than they did, and they might have a slight bit of resentment towards that. But they also feel like you deserve it because you're the kind of person that would take the luck you have and pass it on, which you do apparently. Leo. Self-confident, loyalty, and creativity. Not only are you loyal to the people in your life, but you're also very loyal to yourself. I'm getting. Like you don't just go along with what people are saying. If everyone wants to go to this bar or this restaurant, and you're just feeling like, no, I definitely can't go, you just excuse yourself. Like, hey, you know what? I have a long day tomorrow. I need to get up early. I have to, I have to leave. Everyone else enjoy yourself. I'm going to head out. It's like, no, really? You can come with us. It's going to be fun. It's like, no, yeah. Like, yourself. Like, if you say you don't want to go to that specific place, you don't want to go to that specific place, Like, yourself. You're loyal to yourself. You don't care what people think, but it's not like you don't care what people think. Like you are kind to people. You're polite. You want to make sure everyone's getting along. But you don't let other people get in the way of your progress. I'm getting. And a lot of it has to do with your creativity. I feel like you're a very creative person, and not your conventional sense of creativity either. I'm getting you're more of like a problem solver. So you might be really good with your hands, really fidgety. Like you work with you fix things, or you meddle with things. You might make jewelry, or you might do woodworking, or make sculptures. But I'm getting not the conventional kind of creativity. Okay. Friendship and gratitude. I feel like you can make friends with almost anybody. Everyone who's your friend is grateful to be your friend. You're that kind of person. You go above and beyond. With the Leo, a sense of loyalty, that again, great sense of loyalty to your friends. So like, you are loyal to your friends, but you're not going to sacrifice being loyal to who you are for your friends. And I think that's why your friends love you so much too. It's like, no, if you say you don't want an extra drink, or if you don't want to go to that place, or you're gonna do what you want. Okay, so let's look at what they think about you in terms of romantic relationships. Their thoughts about you in terms of romantic relationship. The advisor, yeah. That's what I'm saying. You're very intuitive. This is a high priestess. People come to you for advice. That's why a lot of your friends love you, because you have good advice. But then when you're like, I have to work in an hour, I can only hang for another hour, like I have to go, you like stick to it. So you're very loyal to your friends. You're like, hey, yeah, I can talk. It's like, oh, you have that big meeting, that big interview in an hour. Sorry, can you not talk now? It's like, no, it's okay. I can talk for like 10 minutes, but I have to go prepare for this interview after that. So you're very like there for your friends, but you're very like, but I got to do my thing too, So people respect you so much, especially your friends, because they get to see you in this in action like this. And especially this person, they're probably part of your friend group, or they've been part of it. You might have dated this person before. They might have been included in your friend group, and they see this dynamic you have with them, and they're very impressed. They're very impressed with the way you handle yourself in front of your loved ones. 7 of Roses, 7 of Pentacles, drama. I feel like you unintentionally cause drama, because you are so also, although you're loyal to your friends, you're also loyal to yourself. I keep getting that for some reason, so it might be like a theme you're dealing with right now. Actually, if you're watching this in 2023 and 2024, we are dealing with the Aries, Libra, North Node, South Node change. So that's very much, me versus them, me versus others kind of thing. You versus others. So I feel like you unintentionally cause drama, because like you're fiercely loyal to your friends, and I feel like your friends are fiercely loyal to you too. So you guys have a really tight-knit group. So people are easily offended when someone doesn't show up to your thing, or they didn't respond back, or something like that. And you have a lot of things going on in your life that you're grateful to have your friends, and your friends are grateful to have you, someone reliable, someone you can count on, someone you can go to in need of help, or even if you just want to have some fun. But there's a sense of like, oh, my friend can't, like a little bit of an inner child things, like, oh, my friend can't be there to have fun with me today, and I'm sad about it. Or, I needed some help and this friend couldn't be there for me. It's like a little bit of an inner child wounding that all of you are kind of playing out with each other. That's why you're so close knit, is because there might have been some abandonment issues, or you might have all had kind of tough friendships in the past. This person might be a part of this friend group, or I don't know how they're involved, but they've seen this dynamic. But your friend situation is coming up stronger than this person. So let me just riff on that, because that's what Spirit's bringing up, your friendships. So I guess like you in this friend group, like you might have had abandonment issues from friends or family and people in the past. So all of you are such close, tight-knit groups of friends now. But you might have not had this kind of friend group in the past, or some of you might have had this friend group in the past where you're really, very strongly interlinked and connected to each other, where it's kind of like you get upset when like someone cancels on you for coffee, like way more than you should, So there's like unintentional drama with this friend group. So this person, a romantic interest that you picked this pile for, they notice that you have this very unique dynamic with your friends. And let's see what they said. You were the best thing in my life. They do think to this day that you are everything. I want to get their opinion on this friend thing. Blessings. Okay. They feel blessed to be with someone who has a friend group that feels like, because it feels like family, I'm getting. So they feel like they're being brought into a family dynamic. So they love you and your friend group. They might be even part of that friend group, or I don't know what the situation is, but they feel so fortunate to be around people who care about each other so much. You know, that's the takeaway here for them, is that, like, yeah, they're so passionate about their relationships and each other and life that, you know, they care when that person isn't there. You know, it matters to them, and they're all there for each other in very, like, intimate ways, you know, and like siblings, you know, kind of. So they really appreciate. And I feel like you have friend groups of, like, all different ages. So you might have, you know, older friends and younger friends in this friend group, and it really does feel like a family. And they feel, like, blessed. They're like, you draw things like this into your life. You're magic. You draw things like this. Friends who are like family, community that is like family to you. Like, you are a blessing. You are magic. Who wouldn't want to be with you? You're the best thing in my life. They realize, like, what they're missing out in life, because they see your life and they're just like, wow, like, look at their life. Like, they want that. They want what you have. I feel you leaving behind. So there might be a situation with this person where you might have felt like you were just friends with them, or you tried the dating thing and it didn't really work out, or you knew they had a crush on you and you didn't really have a crush on them back. And you decided to take some space with this person because you only wanted to keep them at a friend level and they wanted something more. Or you two dated in the past, and so that's how they know your inner world. And you might have said something along the lines, oh, we can still stay friends, or we can still talk once in a while. And you're kind of pulling away, though, because you feel like it's unhealthy for this person, or they're not really getting it, or, you know, it's kind of tough for you, this breakup, or this separating path between you and this person. And they're sensing that. The answers you need are coming, and this is coming towards them. You have no idea, but they're coming with some answers. It will be good, though. It's a blessing in disguise. You might not be wanting to talk to this person, or you don't really expect this person to come and talk to you, and they're going to come out of nowhere, and you're going to get a lot of answers that you need. But I'm getting that you don't see it coming. You don't see it coming at all. I do see the full moon in Gemini here, and because there's like 2 full moons back to back, I am getting kind of like a time frame. I am recording this in Leo season. The full moon in Gemini is usually around November. In 2023, it's in November 27th. So around that time, maybe. If you're watching this at a later time, it could be in November, or in a few months from when you're watching this. Okay, so let's see about the future. Their thoughts about the 2 in the future. Strength card. Wow. Okay, we got strength in Leo and the strength here. The pile 22 and pile 44 already had a lot of similar cards, but they're different. Strength card. I love this cactus here. They're trying to have strength that something will still happen between the 2 of you. They they're trying to hold on to you. They're trying to hold on to this. But they see you pushing away. Are you kidding me? Another full moon. I feel like by the full moon, you'll have answers. That's what I'm getting. Answers you need are coming. So I do feel like you two will kind of figure this out somehow, because there's just too much left unsaid here that you two kind of have to talk about it, hash it out, make things more clear, empower yourself, tune into your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be strong, beautiful person that you are capable of being. Yeah. So they see you being this strong, confident person, and that's like making them try step up and be a strong, powerful person too. Go easy on this person, because it feels like they're trying to show as much courage as you're showing, but it's harder for them at this time. It's harder with you, because I feel like they like you more than you might like them. And they're very confused. Emotions confuse them. They're confused on how you feel about them, and that makes them confused of how they feel like they should feel about you. They're like, oh, if they don't like me, am I a fool for like keeping hope like alive and keeping like trying to still hold on to this? The Tower card, yeah. So in unexpected ways, where it said there is gonna come, I'm getting a night at least, where the two of you are going to hash all this out. Come what may. I'm hearing come what may. My power lies in my peaceful presence. Yeah. Again, with this power thing. So like, if this person gets a little passionate and starts kind of, angry or sad, it's because they are feeling very strongly about you, and they're trying to be as peaceful and calm as you, but they can't handle it because you seem so calm and okay with like leaving things the way they are or leaving things behind, and they're like about to cry, so it's very hard for them to keep their emotions under wraps. So they're trying to like convey this like power presence like you are, but they don't, because they're the ones honestly probably more hurt in the situation than you are. Six of Wands. There is success at the end of this road. So I feel like this, the answers that you two get. Oh, then we had blessings, yeah. Under blessings and friendship and gratitude, I feel like there is success here. I feel like the two of you do end up being closer as friends than you ever have. Whether that means you're going to be a close, like this relationship was lacking a close friendship. And so now not only do you have the romantic aspect of the connection, but you have a very strong friendship, and that's what was lacking, at least right now in the connection. So you two move forward very positively in that direction, or this is something that you two separated. Maybe it was a long time ago, maybe it's something recently, but either way, you two kind of leave as friends, and you didn't really expect that. And I feel like they were hoping for something more too, but you both kind of acknowledge what you two do have, and that is a very strong friendship, and that's something that both of you decide not to lose moving forward. So either way, friendship is what's highlighted here in this time of your life, including in your romantic love life. So yeah, I hope this reading resonated. I hope you like it. I love a like or comment if you liked it, or if it resonated, I'd love a comment. Even if it didn't resonate, but you like it, I appreciate a like. But I feel like this is like a very specific message. So yeah, I would love to know. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. And I wish you much love and light. Hi, Pal 88 with the Amazonite. Let's look at their thoughts about you right now. We have thoughts about you. the thoughts about you in terms of a romantic relationship, and then about the future of the two of you. So let's look at the thoughts about you first. Thankful, gratitude. I feel like they have like a long list of things they are thankful to you about. I'm getting an ode to you. So I feel like they're in this like very like, when you're just like overwhelmed with the beauty of life and the beauty of a moment, and swept up by something beautiful happening in front of you. Like I feel like they're having that kind of moment with you, and they're like, oh, this person was there for me on this. They helped me with this, and they were, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have gone for this or this. Like, they're making a long list in their mind. Like when you just think about someone, and it's just like, oh yeah, what this person did help me with this and this and that and whatever, this thing and the next thing. They're doing that with you because it's just like they're realizing how much you really helped them. So I feel like there's like there's a beginning or ending happening with this connection, or it could be a renewing. So it's a beginning, ending, renewing, but it's some sort of change is happening. And usually around that time when this change happening in a connection is when you give it like an overview. And so they're giving you kind of like a review in their mind of like how much you've actually done for this person. And they're like, wow, like if you like list it out, this is like incredible. They really changed my life for the better. Maybe a better person. Perform random act of kindness. They're like thinking back to like all the little cute, nice things you did for them, and it makes them feel so like cherished and loved, and they're just like overwhelmed by your presence in their life. They're like, what would my life have looked like without them there? It would have been totally different. And so they're looking at you with really like rosy glasses, and they're just really happy and just feel so in love with you and thankful towards you. Celebrate your wins. Yeah. So whether this is an ending and you two are kind of separating ways, getting a divorce or breaking up, you're celebrating the wins. They're looking at all the good stuff that happened, not the bad, because that's what matters, right? The good stuff that happens, that's what you're going to take with you. You can leave the bad. That's what they're doing. So it's really, really nice. For some of you, it could be that you're in the middle of renewing the connection but don't know it yet, because it's kind of like you had to like break up or take some space or say goodbye to this person, like the chance of being with this person, in order to completely let it go. And then you might not realize that it's coming back in a better way, in a more healthier way, in a fresher, new way. And for some people, it's like this is finally starting for the first time, this connection between the two of you. But for most of you, I feel like this is like an ending or renewing. External validation. A lot of people sometimes are more physically minded, and can you blame them? Because we live in that kind of society where it's been dominated by masculine energy. So a lot of people, even females, males, females, doesn't matter, more masculine energy, or just out of habit, need some sort of outside validation. And a great way to do that is going on a solo trip, or going on a trip with just your friends and just your family, not with your partner. And it gives you kind of an outside perspective on what's going on with your connection. So you might think that you and your person are fighting over something that's so serious, and like, how can you be with them? How can you stay with them when they have this opposite opinion on this thing? And then you go hang out with your friends or your family, and you realize like your fight is really nothing, in the grand scheme of things. And so it's good to get some sort of outside perspective sometimes if you don't have an innate strong intuitive knowing that you two are meant to be together, or that this is something that you two can just work through and work past, or things have been naturally coming towards the end, or things needed a fresh start for the two of you for a long time. It's birth, rebirth. It's birth, death, or rebirth. It's one of these things. When something major is happening in this connection, it's manifesting now in a powerful way, but it's going to depend on the situation. And I only did 3 piles this reading, so I'm going to have to, cram in all 3 of those in this pile, but it will resonate. Sextile, a combination of tension and flow. That's perfect way to describe it. Potential and rewarding situation. So this connection, there's a lot of potential here, right? Or both of you already knew that there's a lot of potential here. There's something here. It's something important. It was rewarding. Whatever may happen, whatever happened in the past, it was very rewarding. Both of you grew as a person, as an individual, and in your understanding of relationships. So this has been a very, I heard lucrative, so it might have been actually made you both very prosperous as well physically, but it was a very positive experience for both of you overall. You both did learn and grow a lot in this past cycle, whatever that is. Yellow rose, enthusiasm and friendship. I feel like there's a lot of gratitude here because the two of you were first and foremost best friends. And both of you were first and foremost there for each other over anything else and everything else. That's what was the most important to the both of you. A single rose can be my garden. A simple friend can be my world. It feels like you were there for each other when no one else was. When, I don't know, one or both of you might have been going through a very difficult situation and you both kind of pulled each other through. I love that. A single rose can be my garden. So it's like, I don't know, maybe for one of you or both of you, like you were going through something with your friends or family or coworkers and you didn't really have anyone there and you had them. And you both were very grateful to have each other. It was like your only friend or something at the time. Or maybe there's like a issue with like family or friends and like they weren't taking your side, they weren't seeing your side, and like they were being your only friend through the situation, the only person on your side or something like that. Okay, so let's see what they think about you in terms of a romantic relationship. The edit, 7 of flutes, 7 of cups. There is this kind of like both of you are only thinking of the good times and kind of editing out the bad times. So it kind of like towards like, end of a relationship where you both grew a lot and had a lot of respect for each other and it was mostly healthy. It's kind of like you're editing out the parts that weren't healthy, the parts that where you two weren't compatible. So I feel like there's a lot of that going on between the two of you now. There's a lot of nostalgia coming in for the good times. And so I'm getting for some of you, this is like you're trying to come back together. A reunion of sorts. And like you're forgetting all the bad times. But yeah, it's kind of like you're both kind of like just trying to focus on the good times between the two of you. Keep it chill. Love that. It's the Temperance card. You're both being very calm about everything, like not getting too angry, letting things slide, being very chill with each other. And it's because there's like a deep understanding that there is this natural end coming. The things are changing. And both of you have learned to accept that. So you might have not accepted it in the past, but it seems like both of you have accepted it recently, that things are changing. And it's kind of one of those things that like you have to be told a few times in order for you to kind of take it in fully. You might not hear it the first time, make you angry, upset, sad. But then it comes to a point where both of you are kind of calm and take things as they are and accept reality and kind of come at each other more amicably from a good place. The timing just wasn't right for us. Yeah. So for most of you, this is a breakup, right? This is both of you realizing you had to go your own separate ways. And it's realizing that, you know, maybe you two did have a lot of things in common, very, very compatible, but it was just the timing wasn't right. And, you know, the divine makes some mistakes with that. If you two are good together, but the timing isn't right for whatever reason, someone's career, someone's health problem, you know, someone where they are in life, you know, how they figured out their purpose, how they figured out, you know, do they want a family? Have they figured out, do they want to get a divorce? Do they want to move forward after their loved one's death? Or, you know, sometimes it's just timing. The divine never gets it wrong. Even if it's for timing, it's not meant to be. For some of you, it's like a coming back, a rebirth. And it was like, okay, things weren't right for us back then, but now things are in a better place, and both of you are coming at it from a very calm place. Like, hey, you weren't in the wrong, I was in the wrong, was not in the wrong in the back then. It was just kind of, the timing wasn't right for both of us, and now the timing might be right for the both of you. That could be a rebirth situation or a new situation where both of you finally get to have this relationship now when you didn't get to in the past. I bury myself in work to forget you. Yeah, so this could be a current situation where the both of you are kind of separating ways. So you're both kind of like focusing a lot on things you're working on to keep your mind off things you're working on, work, career stuff, other things, other projects, right? Or this could have been back then. For some of you, the situation's happening now. For some of you, this is a situation from the past. So they kind of just, you might have been like, why didn't they text me back or call me? And it's because they just needed to distract themselves in order to not get to a weird place with their emotions and a place where they couldn't really handle it. They needed to take it bit by bit. You can't blame people for how they handle tough situations in their own way, you know, as long as it's not harming others. Take time to breathe out. Yeah. There's a lot of space. I need some space. I need some time. Both of you may have, if you're ending a cycle, both of you might have needed some space and time before you completely ended it, and you both kind of come to each other in a more peaceful manner. If you're, if it's like a reunion situation, there's a long time of little to no communication. They needed a lot of time to kind of just separate themselves from the situation. I feel like for most of you, this is like an ending situation. It could be with someone that you're in a relationship with, or it could just be someone that you had little to no communication with, or were hoping to have a relationship with, holding on to. Manifestation, and then something happens magically. sometimes it's just like making a decision, because if you don't make a decision, the divine can't intervene. The divine can't manifest for you what you want, right? So if you are holding on to someone for such a long time in hopes that like they will come back, you're making the decision to hold on and wait, right? But if you make a decision to, like, after you've done your healing, maybe you needed to hold on to that person for a while in order to heal, and grow as a person. Totally understandable. But there comes a time where you might feel like, okay, I learned and healed as much as I could from this person without them being there. Now it might be time to kind of move forward with my life. I have to make a decision, and the decision is to let this person go and to move on with my life. And right then, you might see that spirit manifest something beautiful for you right away. When you're holding on to someone for a very long time, if you're in a relationship with them, and you're kind of just staying with them out of comfort, out of fear of the unknown, not being true and authentic, and you're choosing to hold on. But if you make the decision to let go of this person because it's for your highest best good and for their highest best good, Spirit might work some magic. You never know what's going to happen. Maybe they'll make the timing right. Or maybe they'll bring in someone who will pick up where this person left off, where the timing is right, I do sense like a strong sense of friendship here. Like, there's no ill will, you both do recognize that you two are good people and we're good for each other or something like that. All these like soft pinks and oranges and yellows make you feel like there's a lot of warmth here in this connection. No harm, no like toxicity. Okay, so what about the future for the two of you? What's going on in terms of the future? 3 of Swords, okay. Bit of sadness, heartbreak. The timing wasn't right for us. It might come later on, So I feel like this person's like, they might try to like puff their chest out and try to act like everything is okay. But maybe in the near future, maybe a month or 2 or a year from now, they'll start getting sad out of nowhere about having to give up on this connection because of just the timing. Explorer of Cups, that's the Knight of Cups. So they might even come back with a romantic offer because they're like, why did I do that? That was so stupid. Why did I end this connection just because the timing wasn't right? Are you kidding me? Like, am I out of my mind? So this person may come back. This could be a situation where you already had a space and break from this person, and now they're coming back because they're feeling the heartbreak. I'm getting multiple timelines, and I told you why I'm cramming it all into one pile. But yeah, this could have already happened. This could be a situation where you've already been away from this person for a long time, and now they're feeling heartbreak, and they're coming back to you now. Or like, this person, they might realize in the future that they feel bad that things didn't work out just because of timing, and they might come to you for some comfort as a friend. See, I'm getting check up on you. Surrounded by prosperity, your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which exists outside the known is beyond measure. So I'm getting from Spirit that immediately after you make a decision and follow through on it, you get surrounded by prosperity. What a good sign. 9 of Swords, don't be sad about it. So like, I feel like both of you kind of are very sad because of the fact that there is a genuine connection here. It might not be like the highest level soulmate, but there is a good soul connection here with this person. And so the divine is like saying this isn't your person. This is a time to gently break up. And if you're not going to gently break up with this person, whether either energetically or physically, it's going to come in a nasty way. But I think both of you are choosing to gently break up now, go your separate ways, gently end this. And so Spirit's rewarding both of your courage and hard work in this matter by bringing in a lot of prosperity immediately, so you don't get sad and you don't fall into depression. You might get sad that this person isn't in your life as they were. There is a true friendship here. It might have been like a true soul friend vibe. But in order to not get stuck in a depression, Spirit is bringing in immediate prosperity so you can focus on other things. My genuine desire to serve clears the path for me to step into my purpose. So yeah, soul mission stuff for sure. So they bring in a lot of prosperity in terms of your soul mission. So whether that's your career or that's through people or resources for whatever projects you want to take on, you get prosperity right away. So because Spirit's like, we don't want you to get hung up on this person and get sad. So we're gonna, because you did the right thing and, you know, separated gently, and you didn't wait until we had to intervene. There's no tower here. You didn't wait until we had to intervene. You knew when the right time was to kind of gently separate, taking your time, doing it amicably, mutually, and you know, still being there for each other a little bit afterwards, but kind of separating gently. So there's no ill will. Spirit's gonna bring in a lot of prosperity, so you can focus on other things rather than this person not being in your life. And you will not hit that deep depression, and neither will they. Two of Wands. Yeah, and it kind of fell on this Knight of Cups. They might try to come back into your life, but it's not going to work. It's kind of clear that you two have moved on. What about the people who are Two of Swords? Yeah, even the people who are doing a reunion, I'm not seeing things going in the direction you thought they would. And people starting new connections. Six of Swords, yeah. So people who are starting new connection, if this is someone coming back and you're starting a new connection where you never had a connection, then you never had a physical relationship before, you didn't go out, you didn't, you know, try to start something romantically together. I see that the two of you will probably live close to each other and try something out. But with if this is something ending, an energetic connection or a physical connection ending, or if this is someone coming back for a reunion, I think like Spirit's going to show you, like, timing is one way the divine shows you if something is in sync or out of sync with your divine destiny. So that's what I have to say about that. I hope that was an uplifting reading, because let's see. I want to see Spirit. What does Spirit have in store for you to step into your path, clearing your path, giving you prosperity? What is that prosperity for? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah. No duh. So what is manifesting for you to help you get through this tough cycle? Career. Career. And what exactly in your career is manifesting? A new romantic cycle begins. So I feel like a new career, once you get, they'll give you stuff for your soul mission, for your career. And once you get more focused on that, then Spirit will bring in a new romantic cycle. And the 6th house, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. And Spirit just kind of wants you to take time to kind of get used to this new cycle that you've entered, which is very prosperous, by the way. It's very positive now that you're out of that relationship that no longer serves you, you know? And it happens immediately. So good vibes, good things coming. And almost immediately after you make this right decision for yourself, whatever that is for you. All right, I would really appreciate a like or comment if you resonated with this or liked this reading. I know it's a tough one. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.